Hey guys, it's me Diddies, and we are back in episode 3 of the Medieval Legacy Challenge. So we're joining Tristan and Marnie in another wet day. The first thing I'd like to point out is that I did give their room a tiny makeover. I thought that having wood walls was just more appropriate for a sort of like log cabin in the middle of the forest for peasants who have a bare dirt floor, and they've got a real fireplace now, and I gave them this stove. So yeah, the medieval cookbook that was not working in the last episode has actually been replaced. The creator has made this new version in a kit, which has so much other stuff. I'm really excited to be trying it out. We'll have loads of recipes that we can do, and also some crafting items and some activities. So I've put their stove in. It does work on any stove, but I just thought that I would give them the full experience. So yeah, we've got that to play with now, which is exciting. I haven't actually had them cook on it yet. Is she hungry? Not really. She desperately needs fun. Well, since they're trapped inside because of the rain, I'll have her work on her knitting skill. So she'll work on that. I guess he's going to sleep. Once the llama comes out, we will name him. I think I'm going to go with Aria Faye's suggestion of Cusco. Wait, no, Marnie, don't sit in the rain and do that. Can you not do it in here? She might not have space. I deleted their stool. Oh no, I moved that stool. Yeah, she's sitting on the stool that I had placed here because I think this is probably going to work here now. Yeah, I'll go with RFA's suggestion of Cusco because I think that is so perfect. I actually read an article recently about how Disney made that film, and it is absolutely wild. They didn't even have a script until like 2 weeks after the movie was in cinemas. Mental. Marnie, this is a very sad sight. Are you enjoying yourself? Is this fun for you? I mean, she looks happy enough. I think that that Marnie does look for kind of any opportunity that she can get to escape Tristan for a few minutes. He is, like I said, not a evil man, but she's used to keeping to herself. She comes from a big family where she would really like just be fending for herself, and now she has somebody else who is relying on her and is in fact sort of bossing her around quite a lot in terms of like, clean this, cook this, don't go there. So she's spending a lot of time in the forest, and she's spending a lot of time on chores outside. Although it's tricky with the weather as it is, she does find herself cooped up indoors with him a lot. I think they potentially will grow to love each other the way that I'm sure people back in these times did. When you're in an arranged situation, I'm sure there comes a time when you are quite grateful and appreciative of each other, especially the way that these two are living quite in hardship. They really only have each other at this point. She's a lone wolf, but I think that when the rain stops, she's going to actually maybe go and meet the neighbors, because she was hiding last time they visited, but I think she's probably going to go and say, ooh. I'll finish what I was saying. I think she's probably going to go and say thank you for the fish, because Ephraim brought them over some fish, and I think that Marnie probably heard about it from Tristan afterwards, and I think that Tristan is quite a proud person, and he was probably complaining, like, the neighbors, they think they're so much better than us because they know the area, they've been here longer, he knows how to find a big fish. I could find a big fish if I had been here as long. So I think she's going to go and say hello to them and maybe introduce herself to Giselle, who is Ephraim's wife, just so she knows them. I would like them to have some kind of relationship. Oh, I can light this? Oh, I wonder if this works like a fire as well. Because, I mean, they don't really need 2 fires. If this works like a fireplace, I can get rid of that. And that could be a place where we put a couple of children's beds for when we start having all the children. Yeah, this might just work like a fire. Okay, well, I'll get rid of this fireplace, because that is absolutely overkill. A medieval peasant would not have 2 fireplaces. In fact, this makes more sense having this as the food prep area. They wouldn't have just like a superfluous fire. I guess I'll move her little stool indoors while it's raining. I put it out here because I thought that maybe Tristan used it while he was shearing the llama Cusco, but she can have a little sit here while she does her knitting. Yeah, that's cute. They do need a little bit more light over here. I'm hesitant to give them a candelabra because I think that's maybe too fancy, but it is quite dark. Maybe, yeah, I'll just put some candles on the floor. Oh, he's not even tired and he's hogging the bed. Yeah, having a fire indoors is great because they get a happy mood look from it. In fact, she's like over the moon, isn't she? She's having the time of her life. Comfy from expensive furniture? I don't believe that's true. Tristan just reached level 3 handiness, so he can make a few more sculptures. I would ideally have liked him to make a little gift to give to the Turpin. I think they're called the Turpins. They're neighbors, but I think he's a bit too mean. So I might have Marnie make a herbal remedy. Oh, I don't think I can do that from here. Oh, she might need a proper oven to do that. But look, I can add ice. I replaced the fridge. They're gonna live mostly on broth soups and stews, it looks like, because I don't have the ingredients for any of the actual meals. We are doing the simple living lot challenge, so yeah, I don't think there's that much that we'll be able to make. Yeah, but we can still do. Ooh, we can make a carrot pudding. That's cool. You can make mead with this. Oh my god, we will have to get bees at some stage, I think. Yeah, I might need to get them a real stove or something so she can still work on her herbalism skill. Probably get her this stove, but yeah, we don't have the money right now. Can she sell her knitting projects? Yeah, I don't know if that's an effective way to make money, actually. Right, I just sold the gardening stuff that she had in her inventory. Oh, I missed the basil. We'll have to pay tax tomorrow on Saturday, but for now, I'm gonna be sneaky and I'll get her that second stove. So they are living in luxury. They are being extremely decadent with the 2 stove setup. But I do really want her working on her herbalism skill, which I think I can do. Oh, I can't do it here? So I guess I need to get the fireplace back then. I just want to see if this one actually works. Yeah, okay, so they can have this little grill, I suppose. Ooh, it stopped raining, amazing. So he is cleaning the shed, amazing, cool. Good job, Tristan. Yeah, I'll just let Marnie sleep for a while because she's not really feeling too hot right now. It's too early for her to go and visit the neighbors anyway. I'll just check on the neighborhood stories while they are taking care of their needs. The royal family has adopted a child. Okay, I'm curious. I am curious about that and what that means. I'm just going to see what's happened with that and try to make sense of it from a story perspective, I think. I'm just going to pop in on them. Dawn. Maybe she's like a distant relative that they have taken in. She is their royal ward or something like that. But a new princess is very interesting. Well, she's a little cutie, isn't she? Wait. She's their actual daughter. She's their actual daughter, so she's not adopted. Why? I don't know why it said that she was adopted. I am going to give her a little makeover. I don't know when we'll actually see her again, but I like giving makeovers to little girls in The Sims 4. Sue me. Yeah, I mean, going off her skin tone and her hair, she looks like these are her parents, so I don't think she is actually adopted. I'll show you since I'm here. This is Siobhan and this is Morgan. So they've had makeovers as well. They are in the gallery if you're curious. My EA gallery name is the same as here. It's hellofditties. I mean, she could just wear this. It's not bad. Actually, like, the game has not dressed her terribly. I wonder if I do have like a little crown or something for her. I thought I might have, oh yeah. I thought I might have like a little tiara or something. I've got a little crown. Well, that's kind of overkill for a little girl, isn't it? While I like the pigtails, I don't know. Yeah, that might be something like this is probably more appropriate. Okay, the ringlets are ridiculously cute. I'm gonna give her those. And I can change the color of her little bows to match. Yeah, that's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. Maybe a little yellow dress for her formal wear. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna actually keep in the recording. Some of the actual EA stuff for children is not that bad in terms of historical gameplay. So, I'm confused because if she was adopted, I mean, if she was their biological child, she would be a toddler, but she is a child. So maybe she is adopted, I don't know. I'm gonna say she's maybe like their cousin, so I don't think that she actually has any claim to the throne, so I'm going to get rid of that crown. I think she's probably like a cousin or something like that. These two are their children, and she is, yeah, she's like a royal cousin, but because the royal family is so close-knit, biologically she looks like them. It does say that they're her parents, but I'm a bit confused by that. I'm just curious about something. Okay. All right. Okay. In the last episode, when the king and queen sort of just showed up at our legacy family's house, she had a little pregnancy thought bubble above her head, the queen. So I was just curious if she did have one or if it was going to be Dawn. So she actually is having a new princess. So I'm sorry that we've spoiled that for ourselves. But that's really cool. Yeah, there we go. There's her little bump. I will get rid of all the computers and things in here. They have a new castle being built by Chesky Sorcha, very kindly. So this is all not what the actual castle looks like. I just wanted to come in and have a look at the family. The same way that I'm retconning that the peasant family has always had wooden walls in their house and a dirt floor in their house, I'm doing the same thing with these guys. So the crown princess at the moment is Lady Siobhan, or like Princess Siobhan. It's just that I didn't have enough characters to give her the name princess. But if they have a son, he will inherit. I'm actually going to change Dawn's name to Cousin Dawn. I don't necessarily agree with that law of succession. There's a lot of things about the medieval period that I do not agree with. Please don't think that I'm romanticizing everything, because I'm really not. Just for the story, I want there to be very dark undertones a lot of the time, and having a very patriarchal society is one of the things that I would like to eventually contest within the story. I'm not going to touch on race, obviously, so we just will pretend that it's a perfectly equal society from that perspective, but it's definitely not a nice place for women at the moment. And I guess politically, there's some controversy, or that's not the right word, but when it comes to occult sims, I think there's a little bit of prejudice towards them, but also rightfully so. I think I'll lean into some tropes within this series, but there are other tropes that I'm going to maybe turn around or contest in some way. So hopefully I've given them enough time to get their needs up now. Yeah, they're both looking okay. So Marnie, I think she'll make something if she can to take over to her neighbor. I would give them knitting, but I feel like that's quite an intimate thing to give to somebody if you have never met them before. Ooh, he can make a mirror. That would be super fancy. I don't think a lot of families owned mirrors or glass. So they're really coming up in the world. Like, they've got 2 grills. They're gonna have a mirror. Oh, I might just have her do the laundry before she leaves, actually. I mean, that's not super fun, but it needs doing. And I think Tristan's in quite a good mood. The sun's come out. It's been raining for a few days, but finally they're able to go outside. So I think she's just going to say, I'm taking a walk. I don't think she's going to tell him where she's going. As I mentioned, she's quite a private sim, and I think she's still maybe a little bit guarded when it comes towards him. I did move this out slightly, so I'm hoping that she... Oh, she's tired now. Is she ever going to get a break? Oh, she's got washed out arms. Keeps grabbing through the pain. Now, is she going to pick this up and just dump it on the ground again? No. So maybe this was in the wrong place, or maybe it was because it was raining so heavily that she wasn't able to hang it last time. But finally, they're going to have some clean, dry clothes. I mean, it doesn't make a huge amount of sense since they both only have one outfit. I'll let her have a short nap, but I'll just speed through that and then we'll be off on our walk. I am going to put his mirror up that he's just made. So they can practice charisma with this. I think I'll put it in the bathroom. Or maybe they'd want to show it off to guests. No, I think I'll keep it in here. And he made this planter, which is good. It means if they grow something that we want to be available all year round, we can plant it in there and then move it inside when it starts snowing and that sort of thing. Alright, it's 1 p.m. I'm going to have her walk. I just want to see if she can find anything on the way. She's a bit unhappy. Oh, she's hungry. Does she have... I sold a lot of her produce, so she probably doesn't have anything to snack on. She can eat a huckleberry. And she's found their house. So bear in mind that Marnie is not a sim that finds it easy to socialize with others. So it takes a lot for her to summon up the courage to come. I'm hoping that Giselle is here. There's one of the little babes. There's one of the little pups. I did give this place a makeover inside. It was sort of modern looking, but I kept the I kept the general vibe. Oh, there's a stinky dog. Okay, there's Ephraim. So I think she probably doesn't even say hello to him. She just goes straight for Giselle, who is very friendly and very welcoming. And she says hi. She's a little bit reserved. You can see on her face she's finding this quite difficult, but I think that Giselle would do as much as she could to make Marnie feel welcome. In fact, Ephraim's come over as well. So she's going to say, thank you very much. I heard that you came over. She's cleaning up after them. She's going to say, my name is Marnie. I think you met my husband. Thank you very much for the fish that you brought us. Can we give her a gift? Yeah. And she says, I made you this concoction. I found some really useful plants around the area. Okay, and Giselle does like it, but I think she's also like, why would I want a potion to alleviate sadness? Why would I be sad? I love my life. I love living in the forest. Look at these little cuties wandering around. Can I claim this? I'm gonna be really sneaky and steal whatever their dog brought them. Oh, it's a dog toy. They can have that back. Oh, he's warning his little kid about the bears in the forest. Don't go wandering too far. So she's having a kind of cautious conversation with them, but I think she does feel a lot better than she has for the entire time in which she's been married. I think this is probably the pinnacle of her sort of independence so far, is meeting these guys and seeing what a family could look like, and maybe for once in her life she has like a little bit of a glimmer of hope that maybe she can make something that is as enriching as what these guys have. It's very hot in here to see around because it's very tight, but yeah, they all live in here. The kitties and the parents sleep in this one room, and the bathrooms are really, really tiny. I wonder if Giselle's making her food. I feel like Giselle is the kind of sim that's going to take her under her wing and really try to befriend her. She hasn't had another woman around since they have moved in, which was a few years ago. Oh, I think she's just made the one. I think she would have made that for Marnie. She's the mom friend, you know? They're just hanging out. I don't think Marnie realizes how long it's been since she came over, but Giselle yells out, help yourself to some tea, and I'll put some cake on. She is really making herself very useful, isn't she? And Ephraim's going to pour Marnie some tea, and I think Marnie's going to be thinking like, wow, this is a family where they share responsibilities. And then Giselle comes in with a cake and she says, I made this. She says, it's All Souls Day and traditionally we bake bread, but I thought I'd make a cake today. And then I think that Marnie says, oh, okay. Marnie says, thank you to Giselle for making the cake. She says, actually, I'll take a piece if you don't mind. We'll just like pretend that there are not candles on it, but I want to age her up. And now she is a young adult. What to make her? So she's a loner and she loves outdoors. Something like stoic or something that implies survival, perhaps. I could make her neat. A neat and a slob in the same house would be interesting. Adventure? No, not adventure. She's not exactly adventurous. I think I'm going to be basic and go with family oriented. It will just make things easier. And I think that her brief visit today with this family has made her really reassess her vision of her future. Now, I want everyone to have a piece. She's realized that it's getting dark and she's like a little bit worried. But she's having such a good time that she wants to just stay for another few minutes and enjoy the cake. I don't think she's ever had cake. Is she making another? She just cooks non-stop. So I think she's made a friend today. And I think now she's going to say goodbye, but she says, thanks very much for having me. She's not usually shy, she's just quiet, but I think she is a little bit shy having met this like really friendly family. But she's going to compliment their house and then she's going to very quickly go home. And she's tired and stinky, but she's very happy. She thinks she might even tell Tristan all about it when she gets back. They haven't really shared their feelings in detail before. However, as soon as she gets back, Tristan comes out and begins to yell at her. Where have you been? You've been gone for half the day. When I get home after fishing all day, I expect there to be food on the table. Oh, she's yelling back. This isn't going extremely well. So they've had a big fight. She's holding her own. She says, I'm going to bed. You can make your own food. He's not even hungry. Oh, she's passing out. That's one way to leave an argument. So she goes to bed. He doesn't know what to do. He paces around for a little while before just going, and I think he'll go fishing. But he's really seething. And that is how we celebrated Marnie's birthday. So in the next episode, we may foresee some children in our future. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen next. Let me know if you have any ideas. I know what I want to happen overall, and I think we're kind of on the right track to get there. Again, let me know baby names. We've got loads and loads of babies, not even like for this family, but for other families that are going to become involved in the story. We need more names. And leave your comments below. Make sure that you have subscribed if you haven't already. Hit the bell so you can see when the next episodes are coming out. I'm hoping for 2 a week, but I'm really not sure. And I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.